Hi everyone. Welcome to this yoga practice inspired by some of the theories and concepts of Katonah Yoga. During this practice, we're going to get into some physical asana, but we're also going to start out in a meditation guided by the concept of the magic square, which is a map that we can use to travel through our body. It's a map we can use to travel through our life, through a situation, to become more embodied and more centered in what we're going through and what we're feeling. This magic square was designed by the founder of Katonah Yoga, Nevine Michaan. And we're also going to get into some pranayama. So we're going to start in a good seat. Feel free to sit on a block in hero's pose, or maybe on two blocks, so you really build yourself a throne. I have these blocks horizontal for me to sit on, right between my feet. You can also sit on a chair to start, or the edge of your couch, or the edge of your bed. And then once you've settled in, close your eyes and take a few moments to just roll around on your pelvis. Rolling forward and back and left and right, and maybe in circles. So you start to orient yourself to the bony landmarks that you sit on, your left and right sit bone, your pubic bone, and your tailbone. And once you know all of those polarities, all of those extremes, you can really find the middle, the very center of your pelvic floor, your perineum. So can you plug in there? You might even feel as though you're tipping off the front of the block slightly, so you're on the precipice, looking out and forward. And then from there, if you'd like to take it a little easier, keep your hands on your lap, palms face up in a gesture of reception. If you want to go a little bit stronger with it, open up your windows a little bit bigger, you can reach your arms all the way up to the sky and grab your opposite elbows. And then settle your head into the frame of your arms. And then again, close your eyes. And feel how your breath is moving naturally through you. And as your eyes close, you're closing that curtain at the front of your eyeball to the outside world. You can open up the curtain in the back of your eyeball to your inside world. And inside of there is where we can start to roam around our body as our house and travel the map of the magic square. So first you can walk your awareness down all the way into the center of the bowl of your pelvis, your perineum, right where we found our seats. And feel yourself plugged into the planet there. And then from down there, your first room, the boiler room, where you plug into the planet and light your first fire, your primal fire, you bounce up all the way to the back of your right eye. And lift it up, the back of your right eye, your second room. It's your attic. It's where you have all your memories and where you set your goals in the back of your mind. And then from there, you can travel around your back to the left side of your chest, your left lung, your heart, your left arm, left armpit, and lift it up. It's your heart, your hearth, your kitchen. Where you cook up your feelings, where you cook up that nurturing sustenance. And then from there, rise up to the front of your left eye. It's your bedroom, where you open up the window and see the dawn, the first light, and the potential that's out there for you. And from there, drop down into the center of yourself. right down into your solar plexus, right? Where your two rib cages meet right under your sternum. Your solar plexus, the center of your star, your stellar nature, your true nature, your personal room. It's like your personal shrine in there. And from that place, you go out in all directions, and you go in all directions. And then from room 5, your personal shrine, the center of yourself, you drop down into your right hip, right leg, right foot. It's your garage where you put the pedal to the metal and step out into the world and take risks. And then from there, you travel up to room 7. Room 7 is your home office. Your right lung, your liver, your right armpit, your right arm. It's where you stick your hand out and make deals. It's where you exercise your creativity and build your skills. And then wrap your awareness around your back into your left hip, left leg, left foot. Room 8, the laundry room. This is the room of patience, the room of willpower, the room of embodiment, where you put forth your efforts over and over and over again, working toward your goals, walking the path of your vision, and things will all come out in the wash. You might get a stain every day, but it'll all come out in the wash. And through that process, if you turn 8 on its side, it's like an infinity sign, back and forth, over and over. Through that process of repetition and trying and effort, that is where we learn. That is our insight, where we glean that insight. So travel up to room 9, the center of your head, right between your ears, right behind your forehead, your 9th room, your personal observatory, where you achieve. And you can open the skylight at the top of that observatory and walk out onto the crown of your head and see the whole big picture around you. And then reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Take a full breath in, full breath out. And bring your arms into a big circle down to the ground, in towards your heart, palms together, and then up to the sky. And then exhale, big circle down, in toward your heart, and inhale, reach them up. And do that 3 more times, these big circles, like you were drawing a circle around yourself, which is really the 10th room, the whole thing. And once more, reach it up. And then open it wide. And then bring your hands to your heart. And feel all the rooms, all the parts of your body. And then we'll start to shake it up a bit. You're going to take your thumb, bend it into your pinky pads, right where your pinky finger ends, and then wrap all of your fingers around your thumb. So you really make a tight fist. You're bottling up all of your feelings, all of your anger, all of your anxiety, all of your worry, all of your grief, all of it. Bottle it up into your hands, and then we'll start to shake it up like we're shaking up a snow globe. So you can bounce your hands up and down between the bottom of your ribs and the top of your hips. And you're just bouncing, 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 bouncing. And then we'll add the breath, a very quick exhale out through your nose. Keep it going, keep pumping that Kapalabhati breath out through your nose, feeling your belly snap back, 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 back each time you exhale. And you can imagine that you're really shaking it up. You're starting to get hot. You're lighting a fire, and you're pulling that fire all the way up from that boiler room, your perineum, where you plug into the planet, all the way up into your lungs, all the way up into your head. And you're just shaking it all out, shaking it all out, shaking it all out. Getting it all out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms all the way up with your thumbs. Take an extra sniff, extra sip, bottle it up, reach up, And then pop your cork, let it go. Rest your hands at your lap, keep your eyes closed, and feel your breath settle. It's like you shook up a snow globe, and all that glitter is everywhere, all that fake snow, and now you let it settle. And that's where the magic is, when you get to watch it settle. And then open your eyes again. Bring one hand out in front of you, palm face down, and then put your other hand on top. So that's like your hands are spooning one another. And then from here, on your inhale, open your arms big and wide, back behind you. And then exhale, close it, get round, and switch the hand that's on top. And then inhale, open it up, chin up, heart up. Exhale, close. And then in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep it going. Imagine that you are really opening up across your armpits and your collarbones, the windows of your lungs, the windows of your heart, the window of your liver, just opening it up. And each time you exhale, it's like you're really cracking open your carapace, the snail shell on your back. So you become a little less in your back and a little more in your front, less in your past and more in your potential. In, out, in, out. Keep it going. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms all the way up with your thumbs. Hold your breath in. Extra sniff, extra sip. Bottle it up. And then let it go. Again, close your eyes, relax your hands, feel your breath settle. Like the wind just blew through the flowering trees and all the petals are settling onto the street, onto the sidewalk, onto the grass. It's like a confetti party. And then blink your eyes open and come forward into tabletop. If you do have blocks, you'll use them. You're going to take your blocks and put one block in front of one of your thighs and the other block behind one of your wrists. And so what we're looking for is that your thighs are flush with the first block, so you have a 90-degree angle at this right or both hips, and then that your wrist and forearm is flush with the other block, so you have a 90-degree angle at your shoulder crease as well. And then aim the crown of your head straight forward so that if you looked with just your eyes, you could see the place where the ceiling meets the wall. And you can find that magic square in your palms from the center of the heel of your hand across to the pointer finger mound of your palm. Keep rooting that down as you wrap around to the pinky edge of your palm and up to the pinky mound of your palm. And then go into the center of your palm and lift that up. And then down into the thumb side heel of your hand. And then straight up the inner palm and around to the pinky heel of your hand. And then straight out to your middle finger. So your hands are plugged in. And then we'll start our cat and cow with that plug. Inhale, round your back. And then exhale, reach your heart forward. And then inhale, round. Exhale, forward. And then keep that going. Feel free to close your eyes and feel the root of your palm. Your right hand and your left hand. Your right hand handling the world and your left hand handling your heart. And then your third hand right in the middle, mediating the two. How you handle the world, how you handle your heart. And trusting that you know how to handle both, that you have the skills. Keep rooting down through the center of the heel of your hand, the pointer finger mound of your palm, the pinky edge of your palm, to the pinky mound of your palm. To the center of your palm, lift up and then root down through the thumb pad of heel of your hand. Up the inner edge of your palm and around to the pinky heel of your hand, and then all out through your middle finger, so fortified and strong through the whole stem of the arm. Keep it going for 3, 2, and 1. And then come back to center and slide both blocks in front of both thighs. And you're trying to keep contact with those the whole time. And you're going to flip your palms backward. So now your fingers face backward. And then look down so that you didn't make a funnel. Sometimes when we flip our hands, we make like a funnel, wide at the collarbones, thin at the wrist. Can you separate it so that it's really a frame of reference? All right, and to do that, you might even put a little bend in the elbow and then pull your elbows wide. And that's going to give you more roots to your palm. And then again, we'll find cat and cow, but this time you can switch the direction. So as you inhale, find your back bend, widen through your collarbones. And then as you exhale, draw it in and up into cat. And then inhale, find your back bend, widen through your collarbones. And then exhale, draw it in and up. And then close your eyes and keep that going. And again, drop your awareness into your hands, both hands. If you could clone yourself, and one of you is in your left hand, and one of you is in your right hand, and root down through the center of both palms. And at the same time, travel up and root down through the pointer finger pad of your palm. And then around the back of your hand, root down through the inner edge of your palm. That's a toughie here. And up through the pinky pad of your palm. And then into the center of your palm, lift it up. And then root down through the thumb heel of your hand. Up the inner edge of your hand. And then around to the pinky heel of your hand. So hard to do that all at once, to be embodied in your hand. Keep the roots. Take one more in and out. And then come back to center. And flip your hands around. Try not to shake out your wrists. You're going to take your left knee behind your right knee and spread your feet wide. And then for this first one here, we'll combine the right hand and the left hand to make a third hand. Interlock your fingers and then put that interlock on the ground right underneath your chest, so that your nose and your gaze actually make the point of the triangle between your two wrists and your nose. And then if you like, you can put that block back on the front of your right thigh so that you have that point of contact to know where your legs are in space. And then now we'll start to stir it up. So you'll make big circles in a clockwise direction with your hips. And if you can see me while you do this, notice that it's not the legs moving in big circles, it's just the hips spinning as if I was drawing a circle on the wall behind me. And because that's happening, your ribs might start to swirl and react. And then keep rooting down through your palms. Find all those points of contact. Like you divide each palm into a grid, 3 rows, 3 columns, root every single space down. You might start to feel some heat building in your hips, stirring up those waters. turning it into steam. And that steam is energy that can rise up and out. And maybe it's some energy you need to get rid of. And for 3, 2, and 1, come to center. Uncross your hands, move those blocks out of the way. You can put your palms on the ground. You're going to tuck your toes under so your knees are crossed. And then lift your hips up. And then feel free to sway your hips a little left and right. And feel the bolt of your knees. So like if your legs had that grid on them, you have a right foot, a left foot, and a third foot, which is the empty space in the middle. You have the outside of your knee, the inside of your knee, and you have the center of your knee. And then you have a right hip and a left hip, and your pelvic floor in the middle. Your knee is like the middle. It's like room 5. So can you reach in all directions from room 5, from your knee? Reach down through your right foot and up through your right hip. Down through your left foot and up through your left hip. And really find that cross-reference across your legs. Lengthen your neck. And then cross your left leg in front of your right leg and lower your knees back down. So you're back into that crisscross shape. Feel free to put the block back in front of your thigh. And then this time we're going to do something a little different with our hands. Well, first we'll do it the same. We'll interlock the fingers. Press your palms together and down onto the ground. And now we'll start to spin in the counterclockwise direction. And so you can keep moving like this, or if you'd like to try, press pause for a second. You're going to flip your palms toward you, toward the wall in front of you, and then put them down backwards. So if you looked at your hands, it looks like they're a zipper. And then really root down through the pinky edge. And you might notice that doing this in your arms actually changes what happens in your hips, because your whole body is connected. As above, so below. As without, so within. Keep spinning. I know for me, I can feel this really in my left hip and really in my left hand. Keep it spinning. Good, and then come to stillness. You flipped your palms, flip them backwards and put them back on the ground. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips. So you're in a down dog, but your legs are crossed, and really bend your right knee down into your left knee. So you have this bolt. And then find all the edges, all the corners. So from your right foot, reach down. Bend your right knee into your left knee, and then reach your right hip up. And from your left foot, root down. Bend your left knee forward as you reach your left hip up. You're more embodied in the whole first floor, your whole lower half. And then from here, we're just going to take a little walk in place. Right leg in front, left leg in front. Right leg in front, left leg in front. And just keep walking like that. If you're walking a catwalk, your knees bent. Just warming up the hips. Taking out the garbage, flushing the toilets, all that stuff we do when we go into the garage and into the laundry room and do all that cleaning down there so you don't get stagnant and stinky. Okay, right over left, left over right, once more, right over left, left over right, and then come back to normal tabletop. Whew, all right, flip your palms up. Fingertips, middle fingertips touch. And then try to pour your weight, shoulders right over your wrists. And then maybe you curl your fingers in, open them up, curl them in, open them up. Once more, curl and open. And then flip your hands back over. Tuck your toes, come back to plank pose. And then from your plank pose, find downward facing dog. And then in your down dog, really find, as if your legs were crossed, all of those cross references. So from your left foot, left heel, up to your right hip. And then from your right foot down and up to your left hip. And keep bending your knees forward as you reach the heels and the sit bones away from your knees. So you really open up the windows in the back of the thighs, the belly of the muscle. And then look forward and step your right foot forward. A nice long lunge. Lower your left knee to the ground and untuck your toes. Widen your hands to 10 and 2. Feel your armpit on your knee. Look forward, take a breath in. And as you exhale, shift back, but keep the contact, so you might not go as far as usual. Inhale, rock it forward. And then exhale, rock it back. Keep the glue of your thigh on your chest, your knee and your armpit. Good, 3 more on your own. Forward and back. Forward and back. Once more, forward and back. And bend your right knee. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. And you're gonna step your left foot behind your right foot. So you're crisscross. Bend your knees and walk your hands over to the right. This might be a place that you use some blocks or books or cans of food that you're hoarding. Breathe into that whole left side. And then come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees and look forward, and then rise all the way up. Keep your legs crossed, arms to the sky. Interlock your fingers up there, send your pointer finger up. And then we're gonna reach up and over to the left. Really root into your left foot and try to find your right big toe mound. And if you'd like, you can lift the right heel and really push into the ball of your right foot. And then come back to center. Keep your legs crossed. Wrap your right arm under your left arm. Eagle it up or hold on to your shoulders like you're giving yourself a hug. And then lift your elbows. And then if you like, start to bend your knee, left knee into right knee. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Stay just like this, so it's not full eagle. Stick your booty out from your right big toe out to your right seat. From your left big toe out to your left seat. And stay there, reach your arms all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart and slide your right ankle across your left thigh. And then sit down. Bending the left knee, opening up that right hip, as if you were bumping a car door with your right hip, bumping it shut. Find your left big toe mound. And then put both feet on the ground. Reach your arms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, fold in half. Find the center of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back to plank pose. And then from your plank pose, bend your knees back to down dog. And then inhale, forward plank. And exhale, back to dog. Changing is the hip crease and the bend in the knee. It's becoming a pump for you, springing you forward over and over. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, stretch your seat up. Open up the frame of the back of your thigh by bending your knees forward and sitting on the ceiling. And then lunge your left foot forward. Nice long stance. Lower your right knee. Find that 90 degree in your left knee and widen your hands to 10 and 2. And then inhale, look forward. And exhale, shift it back. And 4 more times, keeping the contact. The contact gives you so much information. By keeping that contact, we hold a boundary, and the boundary helps us to go somewhere we weren't going before. It's like a roadblock, and you have to take a detour. You have to go down a street you don't usually drive down to feel the part of your body that you now have to live in. It's okay to live in there. You need some attention. And then bend your left knee. Tuck your right foot under. You're gonna step your right foot behind your left foot into a crisscross. And then walk your hands over to the left. And again, you can put blocks under your hands. Bend both knees like you have that bolt of your right knee into your left knee. And get some space in your right lung. And then walk your hands back to center. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, look forward, then rise all the way up. Reach your arms to the sky, interlock your fingers, point your finger up, Anjali Mudra. Looks like this, but up. And then now reach up and over to the right. And then really shift the weight into your right foot. And lengthen your left side. Can you find your left big toe mound with the whole foot on the ground? Or lift your heel and root it down as you rise up. And then come back to center. Keep your legs crossed. This time wrap your left arm under your right arm. Eagle it up. Put on your wrist if you can, or your shoulders. And then lift your elbows up. Find your chin in contact with some place of your arm. And then start to bend your knees. Come onto the ball of your left foot and really bend your right knee into your left knee. So you find some stability here, some anchors, some roots. And then from the knee, reach back to your left seat. And from your knee, reach back to your right seat. Forward and up through your elbows. And then sweep your arms all the way up, stay low. Hands to your heart. Hook your left ankle over your thigh. Okay, and then balance here in this figure 4 stretch. And then imagine you could bump a car door shut with your left hip. Flex your left foot a lot. Okay, rise to stand, put your left foot down. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. Plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. And then from your plank pose, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat. So you have that nice back bend, that crescendo, that wave from your tailbone sticking up all the way up through the crown of your head. And then pull yourself through to cobra as high as you'd like. Heart the farthest point. And then exhale, lower it back down. We'll do that twice more, like a wave. Pull yourself through. Chest forward, forward. Shoulders back, elbows back. And then exhale, wave it forward. And once more, pull it forward. And then exhale, wave it down. Your choice. You either tuck your toes and press yourself up to plank, or back to down, or back to table and then to down dog. And we'll meet in down dog. Good, and then from your down dog, lunge your right foot forward. And find that nice long lunge here. Hands wide. This time keep your left knee lifted and lift high onto the ball of your left foot so you're buoyant in that back leg. And then look forward, take a breath in. And as you exhale, lift your hips up and back and wide. Left hip to the left, right hip to the right. And then inhale, bend your knee, look forward. And then exhale, lift your hips, right hip right, left hip left. Good, once more, find it from your feet. As you lift your hips, root down through the big toe mounds of both feet and spread your outer hips wide. That cross reference across the diagonal of your leg. And then bend your right knee. Rise up, high lunge. And stay buoyant. Your left leg is back, so hold on to your left arm with your, or left wrist with your right hand. And take a little lean to the right. And come back to center. Plant your hands. Step your left foot behind your right foot into a crisscross. Again, walk your hands over to the right. Take a breath into the left side of your waist. And then walk your hands back to center. Hands to your hips, look forward, rise all the way up. Inhale, arms to the sky. This time, grab your left wrist again and lean to the right again. And come back to center. Grab your right arm under your left arm into eagle. Lift your elbows up. And then sit down. Either from here, come to figure 4 with your eagle arms, or eagle pose, wrap your legs around. Everyone feels more stable, more necessary. And whichever one you're doing, can you really widen your sit bones? Open up to your armpits by lifting your elbows up and forward, forward and up. And then unwind, both feet to the ground, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold in half. And inhale into chair pose. You can bring your big toes to touch. Bring your hands up and then down to your heart. And hook your left arm over your right leg into a twist. And can you find here even that evenness across your pelvis? Left hip to the left, right hip to the right. Broaden across your sacrum. Twist around your spine. Like you were roasting on a spit. And then fold in half. Inhale to lengthen. And then plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. And then from your plank pose, side plank on your right hand. Roll to the pinky side of your right foot. You can stagger your left foot in front if you like. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Maybe all the way over your head. If it's over your head or up to the sky, look up under your armpit. See the ceiling or your thumb. And then we'll come back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then lunge your left foot forward. Good, stay light and buoyant this time. Widen your hands to 10 and 2. And then look forward, widen your sit bones, take a breath in. And then from the gas pedals of your big toe mounds, reach your hips up and back and fold. And then inhale, bend and look forward. And then exhale from your big toe mounds, lift up through your sit bones. And once more, keeping that contact from thigh to chest, knee to armpit as best you can. And then bend your left knee. Rise up, high lunge. Hold onto your right wrist. Lean over to the left. Pull, give it a little traction. Stay buoyant through the right thigh, the right heel, the right lung. And then come back to center. Hands to the ground. Step your right foot behind your left foot. Take your hands on a walk to the left. Breathe all the way up the right lung. And then walk your hands back to center. Bring them to your hips. Look forward. And then rise up. And this time, reach your arms up. Again, hold on to your right wrist. Reach up and over to the left. Drop the weight into your feet. Lift up and out of it. And then back to center. Wrap your left arm under your right arm. Eagle it up. Give yourself that hug. Lift your elbows up, up, up. And then bend your knees. Sit down. Your left heel can lift as you bend your right knee into your left knee. Find that stability there. And you might stay. Or slide your left ankle back to your right thigh. Or full eagle, left leg around your right. And then as you drop down through both sit bones and widen both sit bones, lift your elbows up and forward and up, big back bend. And then put your feet down, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold in half. Good, inhale, lengthen. And then plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. And from your plank pose, side plank on your left. Right arm up, right arm over. Lift your left hip up into your right hip. So somebody is doing it for you. And then maybe look up to the sky or to your hand. And then come back to downward facing. All right, so we're gonna take your left foot and step it next to your right foot so they're kind of on the right side of your mat. And you're gonna take your right foot and step it next to your left thumb. Your legs are a little crisscrossed. And then you might toe heel your right foot once more over to the right. And then from here, really root down through the gas pedal, big toe mound of your right foot as you try to straighten your right leg. Lift high into the ball of your left foot and keep trying to bring your sit bones into their own corners. It's a process, it's a journey. You just keep trying, you keep putting forth effort. And with repetition, it becomes more informed. And it gets a little easier. So you just keep trying. That's the laundry room. That's room 8. You just keep trying. Willpower, repetition, infinity. All right, from here, you're gonna plant your hands. Step your right foot back so it's crisscrossed in front of your left. You're gonna keep your right foot where it is. Bring your left leg around to your right thumb. Toe heel your foot over to your right, maybe once more. And then from the big toe mound gas pedal, push down as you lift the left hip up and back. Widen the right seat over to the right as you root down through the ball of your foot, lift up through the heel. It's buoyant. And you just keep that effort. And just remember I forgot something, so we'll get to. Toe heel your left foot over to its own side. Step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twist your right arm over your left leg. I know, it's a doozy. Probably would have wanted me to forget it. And then widen your sit bones. Feel the broadness across your back. You can even feel it from your feet. Push your feet down and heels wide. Isometric, as if nobody could see it happening. And then turn, turn, turn on your spit. Good, and then fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank pose. Separate your feet wide, and we'll find a little flow in our side plank. So drop your heels to the right. Swim your left arm down, around, and up, all the way over your head. And then come back to plank. Heels to the left. Swim your right arm down, around, and up. And back to plank. And keep it going. Just going on a little swim through the arms. Working a little bit in the side of your core, oblique muscles. And one more each side. And come back to plank pose and lower all the way to your belly. Good. This time bring your hands wider than your mat. Run your fingertips under your elbows. And then push your fingertips down. Hug your shoulder blades toward one another on your back. And then lift your shoulders to the height of your elbows. Okay. And then from there, keep pressing into your fingertips. Spin your elbows backward as you pull your heart forward. Maybe lift up a little higher. And then lower, lengthen yourself further onto the ground. We'll do that twice more. Press into the fingertips, hug your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. Hug your elbows back, pull your chest through. And then lower it all the way down. Good, once more. Shoulder blades in and up. Elbows back as you pull your lungs, your heart through. And then exhale, lower it all the way down. Stack one hand on top of the other, put your forehead on your hands. And take a few moments here. We're gonna find one more little spicy flow, so take a few breaths in this stillness. All right, and then slide your hands back. Your choice, press up to plank or table, and back to downward facing. All right, so here we go, moving through a few rounds of the Sun Salutation from Katonah Yoga. So you're gonna take your right foot and step it next to your left thumb. Lower your left knee down, you're a little crisscross. Use your legs, hug them together, and rise up. And then plant your hands on the ground. Take your left foot behind your right foot and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up like you're greeting the sun right at noon. And then exhale, fold in half. From here, step your left foot back. So you're still crisscross, lower your knee, rise up, Anjaneyasana, squeeze your legs. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot across your left foot into down dog. And from here, pump it forward into plank. Squeeze your legs together, and then back to down dog. Take your left foot around to your right thumb. Lower your right knee. Unfold yourself. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot behind your left foot. Inhale, rise up, scoop it up. Exhale, fold in half. Right foot back, stay crisscross, lower your knee, unfold, use your inner legs. Exhale, plant your hands, left foot across your right and down dog. Inhale forward to plank, give it a squeeze. Exhale, back to dog. Right foot around to the left thumb. Left knee down, open it up. Exhale, plant your hands, left foot to right foot. Across, inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold in half. Left foot back, left knee down, open it up, Pranayama. Exhale, plant your hands, crisscross down dog, right in front of left. Good, this time inhale to plank, or lower your thighs upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot to your right foot. Right knee down, unfold. Plant your hands, right foot behind your left, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, left knee down, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, left leg across your right and down dog. Come forward to plank, maybe upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot to left thumb. Left knee down, open it up. Plant your hands, left leg behind your right leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Left foot back, left knee down, open it up. Exhale, plant your hands right in front of left, down dog. All the way to up dog. All the way to down dog. Left foot forward, right knee down, open it up. Exhale, plant your hands, right foot behind your left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, knee down, open it up. Exhale, plant your hand, left foot in front of your right. From down dog to plank or up dog, and then back to down dog. Good. Step your right foot just in front of your left in your dog. And then lower your knees to the mat. If you have blocks or a big pillow or a towel, feel free to use them. We're going to sit back into Gomukhasana. So you might sit on a block so that your knees are sloping down away from your hips. And then you can scoot yourself so that your hips are right and left sit bone, making a triangle with your knees. So you might need to scoot everything over to the left a bit. And then reach your arms up. Grab opposite elbows and find a little back bend. Feel as though you could tip forward under your pubic bone. Lift your navel up, your lungs up and open. And you're welcome to stay here or release your hands forward, finding the crease at your hips, belly to thigh. Maybe you keep walking forward. Maybe you come onto your forearms. And again, you can try and really fight for that cross reference from your left knee, left foot, over to your left hip, because now that's on your right side, your foot. And then from your right foot over to your right hip. And from your right hip across to your left shoulder blade, collarbone. And from your left hip across to your right shoulder blade, collarbone. One more breath here. And then you can walk yourself forward onto your hands and knees and either simply switch the left leg in front, or you can do a little dance, tuck your toes, lift your knees, walk your hands to the left, spin on the balls of your feet, all the way to the back of the mat, all the way to the other side of the mat, all the way to the front of the mat. So now your left leg is in front. And then you sit back down. And as much levity as you need under your hips. There's no shame in height. And then you find your triangle, you triangulate. For me right now, my triangle's crooked. I really need to scoot everything over to the right to see the triangle between my knees and my feet and the knees and my sit bones. And then once you've got that, reach your arms back up, grab opposite elbows, lift it up. Your navel snapping back, tip forward under your pubic bone, open up through your lungs. You can stay just like this, or release your hands to the ground and start that journey, that process forward. Fingertips on the mat. Maybe you start to walk them forward. Maybe you're able to get to your forearms. It's no problem, wherever you are. And then find that cross-referencing. And the cross-reference creates a frame of reference because you find your corners and you know where the center is. Especially in the world right now when you're feeling almost like we're spinning out of control, especially in our mind. You can find that cross-reference to bring you back to center. From your left collarbone to your right hip. Your right collarbone to your left hip. And your left hip to the right side of your foot, which is now your left foot. And your right hip to your right foot. Your knees in the center, your heart in the center. And then walk your hands back in. Come forward, uncross your legs. And we'll meet in that seat one more time for one more round of pranayama. So you can uncross your legs, sit on 1 or 2 blocks. I'm gonna sit on 2 this time and find some lightness. Build yourself a throne. And we'll settle ourselves back down with some nadi shodhana, some alternate nostril breathing, but using some imagery of that cross reference. So you can use your thumb and your ring finger on your right and left nostril, and then close your eyes. You're gonna seal off the right nostril and inhale through the left nostril, all the way down into your right kidney. And then close the left nostril and exhale out the right lung, out the right nostril. And then inhale through your left nostril all the way across to your right kidney. Close the left, exhale up and out the right lung, the right nostril. And then do that a few more times. In through the left, down into your left kidney, right kidney, and then out through the right, up and out the same side, same lung, same nostril. And inhale left, and you can see it like you're following the breath down and across. And then you follow it up and out that same side. Do that a few more times. You're bringing the left side, the lunar side, into the right side, the solar side. Inhaling into the dawn. Exhaling into the dusk. And once more with that first bias, that first diagonal, from the left nostril to the right kidney, and then out the right nostril. And then you can switch hands. So now your left thumb is on your left nostril, your left ring finger on your right nostril. And now seal off the left and inhale through the right. And exhale through the left. And inhale through the right, all the way down into your left kidney and adrenal. And then exhale through the left. And start to visualize that diagonal, that little cursive action of your breath as you inhale through the right and down to your left kidney. And then exhale up the left, through the left lung, through the left nostril. And then inhale into the right, all the way across, down to your left kidney, adrenal. And then exhale up the left lung, out through the left nostril. And then start to paint that little picture, that little script. Follow it with your mind's eye, with your imagination, in through the right and out through the left. One more. Release your hands. Breathing through both nostrils, can you feel both of those paths? As you inhale through each nostril, you trace the path to the opposite kidney. And then as you exhale, you trace it up the same side and out the same nostril. And then inhale through both nostrils across to the opposite kidney. And then exhale up and out through the same lung, same nostril. And then trace that with your mind a few more times. And let go of the concentration of your breath, the effort in your breath. Let it be free again. Free to roam. And once more, sweep your arms all the way up over your head. And then exhale your hands to your heart. And as always, take a moment for gratitude for yourself, your body, your breath, your mind, your spirit. Send that gratitude down into every cell. And I thank you for sharing yourself, your space and time virtually with me. Namaste. Thank you everyone for practicing. My name is Amanda. You can subscribe to my channel. You can like this video. You can comment. Feel free to send a donation to me via Venmo or PayPal. I'll leave that information in the comments. Thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.